Are physical games a thing of the past? Now, this is a hot topic discussion because it's not just games. It's also movies, magazines, newspapers. Any kind of media that you can consume for the most part can become, a thing of the past and become digital instead of physical. Me personally, I much rather enjoy a comic book in physical format, being able to touch the paper and everything, much like games. Like, it's a lost art form when it comes to making game art. There's very, very few games out there that really focus on game art when it comes to making a cover for a game. Anyways, let's talk about this. I know it's one of the things that has been on people's minds for the last couple of years, so let's go. Physical game sales are down in the US. Is that a surprise to me? Absolutely not. Let's get into it. Physical video game sales in the US have been declining for years due to increased digital downloads. I mean, if you play on a PC, most PCs nowadays don't even have a disc tray. You got to buy them separate. Over the past 25 years, spending on physical game discs in the U.S. has decreased by over 85% from its peak in 2008. Nintendo's commitment to releasing physical media has been tested as digital game sales continue to rise. We'll talk about Nintendo here in a little bit. Physical video game sales are in decline in the United States and have been so for the past several years. You don't say. The rise of online video game stores like Steam and Epic Game Stores and console-based outlets like PlayStation Store and Nintendo eShop have made buying video games easier from the past few generations, as they eliminate the need to travel to a brick-and-mortar retailer and solve the issue of storage space from physical discs. It's not just that. It's the fact that a lot of these stores, especially Steam and Epic, have games deeply discounted. So games that used to cost $20, $30, $50, $60, now you can buy for $10, $5 and not have to go to a brick and mortar store. Not have to get up. Not have to go and put that disc in. Or even cartridge. I'm looking at you, Nintendo. Anyways, in more recent times, subscription services like Xbox Game Pass have made things even more convenient by offering a full library of titles for a small monthly fee. And I try to tell people, when it comes to Xbox Game Pass, because they keep talking about Game Pass, and they never really mention PlayStation Plus, it's like Netflix. You pay the monthly fee, and you have the rotating door of games coming in and coming out. Me personally, I kind of recommend it, especially if you play a lot of games. While there are still plenty of gamers who prefer to buy physical discs over downloading games or subscribing to a service due to either nostalgia or concern about video game preservation, it seems that sales of physical media are slowing down in the recent years. So let's go back to a part of the sentence that I kind of want to talk about, and that's video game preservation. When it comes to a lot of game discs nowadays, the game is not on the disc, or even if the game is on the disc, guess what? A lot of the problems that a lot of game developers do now is they freaking patch a game to get it to even work. So when you get the game, the base game, on day one, it usually requires a patch. Most of let's say, I'd say 98%, 99% of games nowadays, you only have a disc if you're going to put it in to prove that you have the rights to play it. To show that you bought the game, to allow the developers to be like, okay, he's not pirating it. Most of the time, you got to download the game from Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, whoever, to play it. In 2023, it was reported that only 10.5% of games sold in the previous year were physical, while roughly 89.5% were digital downloads. Although most companies are still committed to selling physical game discs, retailers like Walmart and Best Buy have slowly started to phase out the former in their stores. You know why that is? Floor space is valuable. If you have games that are going to sit there on the shelf, they're not making money. So they're going to phase them out. They're going to continue to carry the hardware, such as the Xbox, such as the PlayStation, the controllers, the monthly subscriptions, the digital download codes. The digital download codes are very, very valuable. Why? They don't take up a lot of floor space. They allow you to just walk up, grab the card, and go and put it so that you can digitally download it. The apparent decline of physical video game disc sales have only continued through 2024, as reported by Circana executive director and gaming industry analyst Matt. We're just going to call him Matt. He recently shared a graphic highlighting the past 25 years of video game software sales in the United States on Blue Sky, revealing that while overall video game content spending, including subscriptions and microtransactions, has increased since 2019, the sales of physical media have been on a steady decline over the past 16 years. Spending on video game discs has cut in half since 2021 and is currently over 85% below its peak in 2008. Which this is something that I kind of want to, something that irks me is overall video game content spending has increased since 2019. Well, why is there so many layoffs in the video game industry? Answer that one for me. Anyways, here is Matt's graphic here showing that U.S. physical video game software consumer spending in the years to 2008. I was still in high school, was just shy of $12 million. We're down under $2 million now. I can't tell you the last time I actually bought, it's probably been over a year, and I think it was like the GTA trilogy I bought for the PlayStation. It is worth pointing out that the apparent shift from physical video game media to digital downloads might vary between country and platforms. Last year, Europe saw a jump in overall digital share from 60 to 68%. Xbox digital share shifted from 70 to 75, while PlayStation 5 saw a sharp increase from 55 to 64, and Nintendo remained at 22%. Some speculate that Nintendo's relative lack of new releases in 2024 might have played a factor in last year's drop in physical sales. And Matt had wondered aloud if the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 later this year could slow down or even reverse the downward trend. This is where I said we're going to talk about Nintendo more. I think, this is my opinion, this is my thought. I'm not a video game analyst. I'm just a consumer. I consume, the video games that we play. And that being said, I genuinely think that it will not slow or reverse the trend. If anything, it's going to cause the physical sale of games, for Nintendo that is, to drop. Only because the Nintendo Switch 2 should be more of a powerful, system, and it should be easier to download games to it. Now, the only time I don't think it's going to drop is if it's a Mario game, if it's a Pokemon game. Because me personally, I go and buy those physically. Because not only is it that those games are, let's say, they're collector's items. That's what they are. Because a lot of people buy them, invest in them, and hold on to them because Nintendo does have, they hold value, where most PlayStation and Xbox games don't hold value. How often do you see like Pokemon games or Mario games go on sale? Seldomly do you ever see them actually go on sale. They hold their value. Earlier this year, Nintendo president reaffirmed that his company's committed to releasing physical media, even as he acknowledged a growing shift towards a digital download. All right, let's see. Homie here says, I mostly go digital these days, though I do sometimes pick up a disc or two from time to time. I mean, that's just me too. Let's go full screen. In my opinion, this is my thoughts, it's going to be an ever-continuing trend. Why? Because if you go to Steam, if you go to Epic, like I stated earlier, you're going to get these games at a much, much discounted rate compared to if you buy them physically. On top of that, most games only hold the right that, hey, you bought the game, so we're going to keep, allow you to play it. Most of the physical media on the disc is not actually on the disc. You're downloading it from the server. You're downloading it from fill in the blank. So it's just one of those things. Anyways, you guys, hopefully you have a great and wonderful day. And if you see me keep looking over, it's because Wade is chewing on my desk and I'm trying to stop him from doing it. That's the puppy, by the way. Y'all have a great and wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye!